everyone, welcome to Carrow Road, welcome to our little PinkUn show here on the PinkUn Facebook page. I'm Michael Bailey, I'm with Paddy Davitt. We're off to Birmingham in a moment, and so are these coaches behind us. How many are there, Pad?
1, 2, 3, 4. I'm counting 4 there at the minute, mate.
4, and yeah, maybe some tucked away, but a beautiful day. Again, we're doing really well with the weather at this time of the season. We're already wondering what it'll be like when we're doing this come December, but here we go. We're here just to preview the game before we set off. We're going to hopefully see the coaches set off. Sadly, we're down a man today, so the tripod isn't going to move, so you'll see some of the coaches leave, but you know, that's about that. Unless Pad races over to film it.
Why not, mate?
He might be tempted to. But of course, yeah, Norwich heading to Aston Villa, which is probably more exciting given that midweek win, which changes the mood significantly for Norwich, while Villa are probably an example, Pad, of what it could have been.
Sorry, mate. Yeah, nobody wants to hear me or you, mate. They just want to see, should we get out the shot here? In fact, you probably can't see that one there's just pulled away. No, go on, mate. Go on. Sorry, you're saying.
Basically, Norwich are going to be in a better place than Villa, and Villa is the example of what Norwich could have been suffering had they have not won a midweek.
Yeah, I mean, fine margins. I mean, Daniel Farke said to us yesterday that if you click through each individual Villa game, I think apparently they were very unlucky not to beat Hull on the opening day. They did get a tanking at Cardiff, didn't they? But I think Reading apparently 2-1. I saw some Steve Bruce quotes. He said that they should have won that game. So yeah, it sounds like fine margins, and they're just falling the wrong side, which, as Farke himself said, leaves you a little bit nervous today because I think you've been saying it this morning that the record there is poor, it's Fulham-esque, and they are going to be highly motivated and desperate to get that first win on the board. So the tariff is increased because they've started poorly up. But I can see the flip side, you know, there might be some nervousness there, but that's only going to work if Norwich start really well and positive and aggressive and controlling the ball. If they do that, we've seen it there, we've been to Villa Park many a time. Okay, the end result might not have turned out how Norwich wanted, but in games when Norwich have been on top, they don't take long to get on their backs, and if they do that today, then can they see the job through?
I remember speaking to Daryl Such in the summer for our greatest 100, and Such, he was the last person to score a winner for Norwich at Villa Park back in 1992 in the inaugural Premier League season. Even he couldn't believe that was still a stat. So yeah, it's been a fair old time, most definitely. Some of the coaches already left, Pad. I think they're trying to get a run on everything.
Yeah, there's one very keen, one already pulled out. I thought they had to go in convoy, obviously not.
By the end of the season, we're going to be experts in the dynamic of the Norwich City coaches. For the record, we're just sat beside the South Stand. Obviously, that's not the Barclay, for anyone wondering about that.
Joe Craig sing up the front coach, which is that one just out of shot.
Hello for the front.
Is anybody on it who's watching, maybe?
Does that mean Coach 1 hasn't left? Yeah, we should say, me and Pad have both got access to your comments, so if you leave some comments, we can have a look at those. Spencer Taus, please boys, 3 points back to Norfolk. What would be a good result? Would a point be okay? Because I think Norwich came back with a point from Fulham and everyone was quite happy with that.
I suppose it depends how the game panned out. I mean, if Norwich were basically in control for most of it in terms of possession and created plenty of chances and then came off still.
Sorry about that, everyone. Teething troubles. You haven't missed any more coaches leaving, and Paddy, you were in full flow.
Nobody really wants to hear what I've got to say, so you know, ultimately, it's a win-win.
That is definitely not true.
Yeah, no, I was just saying. Yeah, I mean, you asked me, would it be a good point today? I think it probably would, because ultimately, if you're going away and not getting beat, and then doing what they did to QPR here at Carrow Road, that's a pretty good formula, I think, for being at the top end of the table. And as I say, you know, ultimately Villa are struggling at the minute results-wise, but you look at that squad again, it really is frightening for the Championship. I mean, today they're going to be without Codger and looks like Hogan, Jedinak, Jack Grealish apparently he's not fit. I mean, they're all top quality operators, or should be at this level, and that's even before we get on to a certain John Terry. So you look at that squad will be at the top end of the table unless the malaise that is at Aston Villa continues for another 7 or 8 months.
It's stark how different these two clubs are doing it. It's both their second year out of the Premier League, and Villa are throwing all sorts of money. We've got another coach leaving, Pad. That is Coach 1, is it not?
Shall I spin around here, mate? Go
on, Pad. Pad's going to spin round and he's going to do some... You don't want to see me. Look at this. Look at that expert panning from Pad. There is the coach. Coach, they're all leaving now. These are the money shots. Good luck, everyone. Wave. There's a wave. Well done, boys. Smile, everyone. Bye. See you later. Oh, there's some smiling people. Some of them are happy. as they troop off to Birmingham. And we're always mightily impressed the time and money these guys throw into following their football club. It really is something. Expert panning work, Pad. And now it's just me in a car park, so quick, join me, because I don't think anyone wants to see that. Well, there you go. Shall we, now that they've gone, let's show you some Daniel Farke and Christoph Zimmermann, shall we, from yesterday's press conference, I think it was. Give me 2 ticks and hopefully this will play.
Yes, for sure. Aston Villa is a massive club, and yeah, also always a great challenge to be there, and yeah, with a great history, we know it will be yeah, really hard game for us, especially because, yeah, like I said, the third game in 6 days, they were able to recreate 1 day more, and to be honest, I would prefer that they had a little bit better start, so they're not under this pressure. So I expect them pretty motivated and really aggressive, and for sure they will be there with a big will to get their first win, especially in the home game. And so it will be quite hard, and I think a game with lots of intensity, and yeah, we have to prepare for it, and hopefully we will be there. So it will be hard, but that's what you're searching for when you're a footballer. So you're always searching for hard competition and big challenges, and we're looking forward to. We know it will be a big challenge, but yeah, we're looking forward to.
In Germany, we did it basically with the team, because there, as a player of the second team, you normally do not really have supporters, not in Germany. But at Dortmund it was different. We had supporters, we had great supporters, even though, as I said, it's just then maybe 1,500 real supporters who were cheering and who were singing in the game. But we were thankful for that, and for that reason, after most of the games, normally after successful games, then with the whole team we were going to the fans and yeah, shaking hands and kind of saying thank you for the support. Well, I was a bit surprised that I was the only one, I have to say, because in Germany maybe it's more common. It won't be happening every day at every game. Of course, when you win, you're more in the mood to do it because you're happy you've won. There's nothing more than 3 points you can get, and then you also always like to take the time for that. But we'll see about it.
Yeah. Can you drag some of the other boys with you next time?
We'll see about that as well.
Did the manager say anything afterwards? Did he enjoy it?
Yesterday he said he was happy that I found the time to leave the crowd then and be here in the morning for training.
Not too bad, so quite normal. So his muscle gets a little bit tired after 60 minutes, and I think after 68, 69 minutes he had a cramp, and so yeah, because he was tired, so we had to substitute him. I don't go too deep with it, so I think it's quite normal, like I said. So he missed all the preseason. Right now it was his second appearance. Had one appearance in the cup over 70 minutes. Right now over 70 minutes. So it's quite normal that he can't be there with 100%. I said so. I think after the national break he will be there with 100%. If it would be so easy to reach 100% without doing a preseason, we all would do without the preseason, because it's quite a hard time. It means hard working. So if it would be possible, so we will meet 1 week before the season starts and come all together and play the season. So it's quite normal. So I think it is important for him to get many minutes. It was important to have him on the pitch, but we have to be careful with him because he's not there with 100%. We have to wait a little bit. So yesterday he just recreates. We have to wait how the training in the afternoon will develop, but I think he can travel with us. Perhaps there is a setback, but I think he can travel with us.
He was also maybe a bit more used to more physical play, because he played in the second league in Germany. We also have, in general, better forwards, better strikers, bigger ones who are also stronger winning headers. So he was maybe more used to it, but it's kind of a good sign for me that he also that also for him it's a big change. And of course, when it's not just for me but also for him, when we're in the same situation, we can sometimes help each other when someone thinks, okay, this or that might help. So of course we talk a lot about it because we're basically in the same situation there.
There was one free afternoon. I went to the sea. It was really nice, and so like I said several times, so warm and open-minded welcome, and really friendly and supporting. So I really feel a little bit at home like right now, and really thankful to be allowed to be here. Thanks.
Which bit? Where did you go then?
So for sure Cromer, so the first, but then drove along a little bit the coast. It was Wells by the Sea, Wells by the Sea, and some 2 or 3 really some small villages at the coast. Was really nice because you can walk just alone in the sea. So just with my assistant coach was romantic. So it was really nice.
And there we go. That was Daniel Farke and Christoph Zimmermann. It's very quiet here now, Pad. All the coaches are left. We're on our own.
Yeah. Yeah, no. The action's elsewhere, mate.
Which means we probably better get on the road too, but we'll have a quick chat about formations. There is a question, isn't there, Paddy?
Yeah, Dan Coles, thanks for watching. Dan, how many changes do you think Farke will make today?
Well, I've done a graphic, which you're about to see now, as to what the team might look at, and I think it might be a 4-1-4-1.
Yeah.
But, there's probably some debatable selections in there. What do you reckon, Pad?
Yeah, just having a quick scan there, mate. I think Wiltshire, we just said there, haven't we? I think because he didn't feature midweek.
Even on the bench.
Yeah, and the way Farke's talking, it's almost but that I see. I mean, you well, it's more of a 4 there, isn't it? 4-1-4.
4-1-4-1-4. Yeah.
Whereas he seemed to be Farke that he's intimating at Wiltshire in a 3 is better because he's basically got more license to just bomb forward, strong runner with a ball, as we know. I'm not sure, but I sort of agree entirely with that. I think probably looking at that's probably the only one I would feel might be up for debate. Other than that, I don't think he'd want to make too many changes, and he did say to us Ivo Pinto won't be ready to go again from the start, so Russell Martin in seems a natural fit, I think.
The one I was debating over, as you'll be able to see now, is Stiepermann, because he did sort of rave about him, didn't he, really, yesterday?
In a big way, yeah. I mean, he quoted that. See, he loves a stat, this man. 1.4 kilometres in a 9-minute cameo, and if you extrapolate that over the other 90% of a 90-minute game, that would be a record kilometre covered in the Champo. So there was a guy keen to make an impression, obviously, and physically, the first thing that struck you was a big, powerful unit, and there'll be times, maybe today, maybe not, where they will need that sort of presence aerially in their own box. I could conceivably, from what he was saying to us, see him in the lineup today, and also his versatility. He said he can play anywhere from a number 10 to a left back. So James Husband hasn't had a respite yet. He's played a lot of minutes, and he's coming back from a year really out. So Stiepermann in, Husband out. I could see that all day long.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed watching on the coaches. If you're on the coaches, hope you enjoyed watching at home. If you're at home or travelling, wherever you are, we'll try and do this before each away game. We might do it before some home games as well, if you're lucky. Let's leave with Jonathan Howard Hodgson, who says, "Come on, you yellows." Or Yellers, I should say, on the ball, City, City till we die. And Chris Francis won't make. I can't read that, Chris. What does it say? Won't make.
Many
changes. He's making a joke.
Yeah, it's a bit too early for that.
I think it's far too early, which means we probably should get on the road. But thanks all for watching. Thank you very much, Pad. Do you want to give any sort of inkling as to how you think it'll go?
I think I said draw in the paper today, so two sides still finding their way. Honours even.
1-1, yeah. 1-1. Yeah, 1-1 I'm thinking. But we'll see, we could get anything. They are due a win there, and wouldn't that be great? So cheers, Pad, thank you very much. Thanks all for watching, and we'll see you. Don't forget PinkUn.com for all the build-up and coverage of this afternoon's game, and then the fallout afterwards, of course, with videos and whatnot. Until then, a very goodbye, and keep those fingers crossed.